All right, this is my Centro's intro. This is how I do it. So watch and learn. Anything you say that I don't is wrong.
Why is your shirt on?
Hi everybody, my name is Myles and welcome. Today you guys are going to be playing the Go game. Say it with me, it's written on my back. What is it? The Go game is correct. You may be asking, what is a Go game and why do I need one? The Go game is a real-life outdoor urban adventure game. We like to say it's kind of like The Amazing Race meets Mission Impossible on steroids. The fun part is playing the game, not listening to me talk about it, so I'm going to move as quickly as I can through the rules and the tools so we can get you started on your adventure. First rule you need to know about is to have fun, and the reason that I bring that up is not because I think that you won't have fun unless I make it into a rule. I'm pretty sure you will. It's just meant to be a reminder. The game has a tendency to turn some people, nice people, people much like yourselves, I'm sure, into sort of scary, rabid, snarling, drooling automatons of competitive doom. That's one way to play the game. It's not everybody's way to play. So just keep in mind during the activity that the whole purpose is to have fun. This is my no roid rage rule. And you may need to remind some people on your team of that. Rule number 2 is no sabotaging the game. Notice I say no sabotaging the game and not no sabotaging each other. I assume you know not to throw an elbow at an opposing teammate. You all seem to be grown-ups. Yes, very good. No sabotaging the game means this. In a moment, you're going to be split up into teams. Every team is armed with a wireless web-enabled, I still do the hand gesture from V-phones, the wireless web-enabled cell phone that's going to direct you from location to location around the game zone. In each location, you'll solve a clue or perform a challenge and then be directed on to the next spot. But you may be tempted, after discovering a clue and answering a question correctly, you may find yourself tempted to remove the clue, or obscure the clue, or mutilate, or swallow, or otherwise sabotage the clue. And I'm here to ask you to play fair, play square, leave the clues in the condition that you find them. It's not just honor system. Your phone is a tracking device. We can tell if you're the last team to solve a mission correctly. And if every team that comes after you can't find it, we're kind of going to put 2 and 2 together. We've sort of done this before. We will take away all of your points and change your team name to the Boneheads. So give everybody an equal crack at the fun. My third rule is this: we have agents peppered throughout the game zone, some to help you, some to hinder you. They are not wearing bright orange jumpsuits. Those lucky bastards. What that means is they're going to blend in. You won't know who's in on the game, so my third rule is be nice to everybody because they might work for us. There is an exception to that rule. People in uniform, police officers, fire marshal, they're real. You should treat them like they're real. Don't want to get a phone call from your team that's all, Myles, we're here in fake jail, but we can't find the clue anywhere. There's a big guy, he says he's got a clue for me, I don't trust him. No, sounds like a great game. That's not our game, so just keep that in mind while you play. And my last rule is really more of a tip. From the moment I fire the starting gun, you're going to have 2 hours to solve as many clues as you can, or as many clues as you care to. Time is strategy in today's game. A little bit of hustle will help your team earn a high score because this game rewards both the fleet of foot as well as the nimble of mind. The more clues you solve during this first phase, the more points you will have going into the judging, which I will explain in just a moment. The phone tells you at the beginning of every mission how long you have in minutes to solve that mission, and once time runs out, you will take a penalty. So, if it's about to hit 0, you're better off taking a guess because once that clock runs out, you won't earn any points, even if your answer is correct. Those are the rules. Now it's time for the tools. You may now open up your lunchbox of destiny. Inside you will find a wireless web-enabled cell phone and a digital camera. I'm going to go over the phone first. Thanks, Magic Greg. First thing you should know about the phones are about the actual physical keys. The alphabet buttons, they're a little bit small. We know. Your fingers will get used to them over the course of the game. If you want to enter a numeral, you need to hold down the button with nothing on it on the bottom left-hand corner, the all-white button. Hold that button down at the same time that you push the numerals button. Lastly, there's a delete key under the letter P. That's P, as in perhaps I should delete the last thing that I entered. That's pretty much what you need to know about the physical buttons, except that this, when you need to wake up the phone, which you'll have to do frequently throughout the game, you tap the red power button, and then tap the palm key at the center of the phone. That turns off the key guard. As far as the screen itself, many but not all of you will find a stylus in the back of your phone, and there will be fewer styluses at the end of today's game than there are at the beginning. If you're the kind of person who loses a stylus, or if somebody's already lost your stylus for you, you don't need it. You can use the tip of your finger, the cap of a pen, a key, a bobby pin, a breadstick, anything longer than it is wide to tap the screen. If the phone asks you a question, what color is Miles's jumpsuit? You need to tap the text field before you start entering your answer, otherwise the phone doesn't know to receive the word orange. And if you're entering a numerical answer, remember, like I said, hold down that all white button. If it's a multiple choice question, you tap your choices before you select and submit the correct one. It's important that you scroll all the way down to read everything on the phone, or you won't be able to get all the information you need and submit the answer correctly. There's two ways to scroll. You can use your stylus or makeshift stylus to drag the scroll bar down, or you can tap the right-hand part of the oval button, the one that surrounds the palm key. Tapping the part of it that's closest to the letter M will scroll you down to the bottom of the screen. Last couple things to know about the phone. Certain missions come with a hint. Taking a hint will give you a little nudge in the right direction, but it will take some points away from the score that you would have earned if you'd solved it without using the hint. Might save your team some time. It's a strategy tip you can choose to use or not use. If even taking the hint doesn't help, if a mission makes no sense, you don't like it, it's ruining your life, enter a wrong answer 3 times to skip a mission. You won't lose any points, but you won't earn any, and once you skip a mission, you can never go back. So make sure it's what your team wants to do. That's the phone. I'm going to explain the camera, and then you're ready to play. Camera is a simple point and shoot with a power button plainly labeled on, off on the top. Dial is a bunch of settings, but you only need to worry about 3, because only 3 of them are any of your business. The one that looks like a regular clicky-click camera is for taking still photos. Horizontal photos only, please. Horizontal means hamburger, not hot dog. At least one person on your team is not listening right now, and that person will take a picture before the game is over, and we will all have to lie down on our side to see what they did. So don't get all Ansel Adams on me. Horizontal photos only. Second setting you need to know about looks like an old-fashioned movie camera. Also looks sort of like a stick figure drawing of a cow. Look at it long enough and you'll see it. I have. When the dial is set to that position, you've got a movie camera in your hands, just like Steven Spielberg. Punch the shutter button once to start the camera rolling, and punch it a second time to stop the camera rolling. 20 to 30 seconds is a great length for your video. Longer than that, you start to get into the there will be blood territory. Also, you should use facial expressions and sweeping gestures in your video. Can anybody guess why?
There's no audio.
That is correct. Your cameras have no audio, so anything you say we won't hear, and your lips will flap silently and uselessly on the big screen at the end, and we will laugh at you, and not in the good way. The last setting you need to know about in your camera is very important. It looks like a triangle inside a rectangle, and it allows you to review the photos and videos that you've taken. We call it that now look what you've done feature. Here's why it's important. During today's game, you will not only be solving our super sleuth missions, but you'll be doing creative missions as well. These missions have no correct answer. It's up to your team to put your heads together and come up with the most original, funny, creative, daring, dirty photo or video you can within the parameters that we've given you, and at the end of the game, your competitors will be voting on how good a job you did. So put some time into those creative missions. They're worth a lot, and they can swing the entire game. You'll know that it's a creative mission because it will ask you to use the camera. Take as many pictures or videos as you need until you get the perfect one that you want to submit for competition. When you've got that one, the phone will ask you for the photo number. Set your camera to the review feature, that's the triangle inside of the rectangle, and you'll see a number on your screen. Enter the last 1 or 2 digits only into the phone. What we don't want is preceding zeros. So you would enter 4, not 04. 14, not 014. Everybody clear on no preceding zeros? That way we at headquarters know which picture you did lines up with which mission you did. That's pretty much everything you need to know to play the game. Last couple of reminders, and then I'm going to fire the starting gun. Please be safe while you play today's game. I cannot turn off the rules of traffic and gravity. I wish I could, so please remember to be safe. Also, inside your lunchbox, you have a rules card that repeats everything I just told you in case you weren't listening or you don't like the sound of my voice. If you have a question about the rules of the tools, that card in your lunchbox is your first line of defense. The card also has an emergency helpline. Let's take a vocabulary moment to review what emergency means. Emergency means your phone is on fire or somebody has swallowed their camera. It does not mean you're stuck and you need a hint. It does not mean someone on your team is acting like a jerk or you'd like to take a time out to get a pitcher of margaritas. Those are problems we trust you to solve on your own. You'll probably encounter all of those problems during today's game. But if something seems to be wrong with the game and you don't think it's working the way it's supposed to, give us a call and we'll be glad to help you out. And then finally, please do remember, if you find yourself in somebody's place of work, treat them with the same sort of respect you'd like to have if somebody was in your place of work, because today you are ambassadors, not only of the Go game, whose good name you should, of course, protect and defend, but also for the company that you all work for, at least for the time being. Those are the rules and the tools. From this moment on, everything you need to know will come to you from the phone, including when the game is over and what to do then. Have fun, players. I think you will. Bang! The starting game is fired. I'll see you at the finish line, wherever it may be. Except you need to come with me. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm going to give you a special mission. I got a password written on the inside of my underwear. Yeah! Yeah! Top that, Melanie.